December 2nd. Why? Some people hate the month of December. And I really used to have this love-hate relationship with the month of December. This year, I think it's been probably the first years where that's changing. I'm starting to have a love-love relationship with month of December. I still have moments when I don't. But the second reason, being too poor, and the frustration behind that, maybe too poor to buy presents, too poor to get all the decorations or buy yourself the things that you see other people around buying for Christmas, whatever reason, too poor. Personal story. I remember the fondest memories that I have is when we were too poor to go purchase things that we wanted. And the funny thing is, I try to think of presents that I bought along the years that we had money, and it's very hard for me to remember anything in particular. But it's very easy for me to remember memories that we have made when we were too poor to purchase things, to buy stuff. In Romania, some of you know, I grew up in Romania. Oldest of 12 children. So guess what? For us to even have a tree for Christmas, it was one of those questionable things to the last minute. Most of the time, Sergey came through. Somehow he would steal Christmas trees for us because we didn't have the money to be able to purchase one. And then we would decorate it with the few decorations that we had, but we're really proud of those decorations. We're like dusting and shining and cleaning them because they're important. They're just the few decorations that we had. And every year that we had a Christmas tree, I would find boxes and I would wrap them, and they would look like pretend Christmas presents. I have never had a Christmas present until I came to America. I was 19, I married my husband, came to America, had the first Christmas in America with my new family, which is my husband's family, my in-laws. And that was the very first Christmas present that I've received that it was for real. It wasn't pretend, it wasn't imaginary, it was a for real present, and I will always remember. It was a pink top with little pink roses kind of engraved on this little brooch or something that you would put it in the bag and kind of pin it from one side to another and make the waist as large or as small as you wanted. But the funnest things for me and the funnest memories are when we didn't have money. And when you don't have money, you become creative or you get really depressed. One of those two things. We always chose to get creative, and my family back in Romania, the Damian clan, my maiden name, we always chose to get creative. And I remember the few occasions that my mom did have a little bit of extra money for us to get these candies in Romania, Russia, I bet, Ukraine, Bulgaria, all those countries as well. They sold around Christmas. It was only around Christmas. It was a special thing. It was these candy wrapped in this really colorful aluminum looking, it was paper, but it just very colorful, shiny paper. And we would tie little strings to it and hang it in the tree. And so in Romania we call it bomboane de pom, and or translated Christmas tree candy specifically. So the funny thing was, whenever in Romania my parents would receive guests, which was daily, it's a daily occurrence, they would serve our guests with one Christmas tree candy. But she soon found out that all the candy up to a certain level of the Christmas tree, depends how tall we were, how old we were, depends on our height. Up to a certain level at the Christmas tree, all the candy wrappers were full with air. Pretend candy, because we really ate. We knew we need to eat it now, otherwise our guests get it and we see zilch of that candy. So she soon learned that she can give her guests safely. She was going to be able to find candy from a certain level of the tree up, where it was too tall for us to reach and steal it. And it wasn't just the stealing part of the candy, it was the fact that you had to reshape that candy wrap and fill it up, maybe make it all nice and fluffy, to make it look like it was full with candy, when in reality it was full with air. So this is December 2nd, a few personal stories of the times when we did not have money, and yet they're the best of times, the best of memories. The times when we had money, I don't remember the things that we bought. I do remember the joy. I have the pictures, and I remember the joy on the children's faces, but at the same time, we had so much fun even when we didn't have the material stuff, because we came up with games and we came up with ways to make things memorable. So just because you may not be able to have the financial security or level of finances that you would like to, does not mean that they're not creative ways to still enjoy Christmas. We'll come back tomorrow with December 3rd. Bye.